Hi and welcome to my channel. This channel is all about finding joy in every stitch and getting cozy in your hand knits. Today I want to share my latest shawl with all of you. It's called Jovial, and this is what it looks like. So it's a light and playful shawl, color blocks and stripes. Each of the colors corresponds to their own stitch pattern. So we've got eyelets, eyelet rows, and texture. And it's an asymmetrical triangle. And it's quite sizable. So can you can easily wrap it around your neck. Drape it to warm your back, or even cross it over. The yarn that I used for this is Canopy Fingering by the Fiber Company. And I think this is perfect for sort of a spring summer shawl. Of course, if you knit this from woolly wool, it would be a good winter shawl. But for me, I was aiming for a spring shawl. So the Canopy Fingering was a great option for that. This is a soft blend of bamboo, baby alpaca, and merino wool. So in other words, 50% alpaca, 30% wool, and 20% viscose. So it's bamboo viscose. This comes in 50 gram skeins, which was good for, since I knew I wasn't going to use a lot of the accent colors. So a 50 gram skein of each of these is enough for the whole shawl. And then I used almost 3 skeins of the main color. Now this one has 183 meters, 200 yards, and the 50 gram skein. So it's fingering weight. And yeah, so like I said, I used 3 skeins of the main color, or if you're using the same base, get 3 skeins of the main color and then 1 each of your contrast colors. If you're substituting, 450 meters and 490 yards of your main color, and then 100 meters, 110 yards of your second color, and 80 meters, 90 yards of your third color. And the colorways that I used, these are something that are new to the space. So the blue one is called Love in a Mist. The dark blue one is the one I'm holding, Blue Stars. And the pink one is called Lantana. And I think like this yarn, let me take it off and show you a close-up. So this yarn, because of the alpaca, it has a slight halo, which also means that even though this is lightweight, this is still quite warm. And then I think both because of the alpaca and the bamboo content, the colors they're like vibrant yet slightly muted. I can't even really explain what I mean, but I really love them. They're beautiful. And I used 3.5 millimeter US 4 needles, and I use circular needles for all my shawl knitting. Even though with these asymmetric triangle shawls, your final rows, like at the end here, they aren't that long. But I like how when you're knitting with circulars, when you're knitting flat with circulars, sort of the weight of your knitting is held evenly, like on both hands, and not always crunched up on one hand. If you get my meaning here. I also use stitch markers to mark off the edge stitches, so it has these garter stitch borders like on all edges. So I use stitch markers just to keep track of those for easy knitting. The pattern has complete written instructions as usual, and also charted instructions for both the eyelet pattern and then the textured stripe pattern, whichever, if you're a written word knitter or chart knitter, you can do this by using those. For this shawl, as well as all shawls, blocking is really important. That's when the stitch patterns even out and the shawl gets the shape that it's in. And I realized that maybe not everyone knows how to properly block shawls. So I did, when I blocked this shawl, I filmed it and I made a tutorial out of that, and you can see it on my channel here. So I used blocking wires for this, but of course you can do it with pins. You just need a whole lot of them to get the edges to stay even. But the main thing is to thoroughly soak your shawl. Not in warm water, cool water or cold water. And then at no point don't wring it or sort of agitate it in any way. So be wet it and then be gentle with it, and you'll get a beautiful, nicely draping shawl where the stitch patterns show their advantage. Yeah, so I think that's everything I wanted to share about this shawl. If you have any questions, you can leave them down below, or go ahead and check the pattern out on Ravelry. I hope you like it. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you soon again. Happy knitting! Bye!